Thanks for joining us for another edition of The Small Business Show with Jim Fitzpatrick, exclusively on ASBN.com.
Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick. You're watching another edition of The Small Business Show right here at ASBN.com. Jason Walsh has helped some of Hollywood's biggest stars get into shape, including Matt Damon, Bradley Cooper, and Pedro Pascal. But his work doesn't stop at the gym. He's also the founder of Rise311, a plant-based protein brand. Today, Jason joins us to share how he turned his dedication to fitness into a growing business. So, Jason, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule there. It looks like you're at the gym now, so I appreciate all the time you're giving us. Yep.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate you guys calling me up. I'm more than happy to help you out.
Great.
Answer some questions for you. Yeah.
Absolutely. So before the celebrity clients, and it's a very formidable list there, and the brand, what were the early days for you in personal training? What did that look like? How did you get your start?
Well, it's always been a habit. It's been like a hobby for me, or a habit that I developed early on to like be in the gym and actually work out, and something that I don't know. I got inspired at a young age by an uncle who had this stature, who like was my father figure, and it had just had this incredible impact on me. And it was subconscious. It was like, I never really thought I was going to be part of the fitness industry. But in college, I ended up in strength conditioning at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, which is an incredible sports school. It's Michael Jordan's school, amongst a lot of other incredible athletes. So my interest was really in strength conditioning and the science of training, also including nutrition. I was originally in there for interested in nutrition, and then ended up gravitating towards strength conditioning. So I spent a lot of years doing that. I was an assistant strength coach, and I had this hierarchy of science and knowledge, and I moved out to Arizona to work under my mentor at that point, and then just realized that the world of strength conditioning was very tumultuous. It was like, there's a lot of politics involved. We'll just leave it at that. And so I met this girl. I moved out to California, and I took this knowledge and brought it into the fitness industry. So I had recognize that there was a lot of room for growth. And when you have a real hierarchy of knowledge, and you go into an industry that really, it's like, the education level is pretty low when it comes to the science and actually understanding, that you're going to stand out and really make a stand. Sure.
At what point did training evolve into something bigger, into building Rise311? Was there a moment where you realized, hey, I can build something more here?
Well, I think that's always been kind of the drive for me is it's recognizing that there's gaps and needs, like if there's something missing in an industry. And that's one of my, when I'm talking to entrepreneurs, I tell them, I said, really get into the art of identifying what could be better, what's out there, what's good, take the good aspects of it, and then how can you actually make it better. And when it came to Rise311, I had recognized that there was a big need for a protein that everybody could use. So I'm not someone that's going to tell people to do plant-based or animal-based proteins. I'm just like, I want something that everybody is able to utilize.
Sure.
And so I talked to a friend of mine, Josh, who's my partner, and we identified that there could be something really incredible using a plant-based. That way everybody can use it. It has a high bioavailability. There's all these things, and really going into any business with a set integrity. We didn't want to be the biggest. We just wanted to be really great and bring something that is transparent and gives you exactly what it's saying it's going to give you. In this world, the big businesses, the corporations really run the margins, and they have a great marketing team that makes it look a certain way, or they can skew. You know what I'm saying? So
of course,
I get it, but we just want it to be like, this is who we are. This is what we're doing. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're really interested in giving my clients, because that's what it was geared towards, is giving my clients something that is truly ethical, when it comes to a world that is highly unethical, so to speak.
Yeah. It's got to be very intimidating for you too, as a founder of a protein product. I mean, when you go obviously into a health food store, or really now any store, whether it be a supermarket, obviously there's a whole aisle or half an aisle dedicated to this. Was that not intimidating to you to say, wait a minute, I'm going to be in here with the big boys, right?
I don't think that it was an initial intimidation because a lot of times when you're just really caught up in the creativity of it, that kind of takes hold, and then you know that you're doing something really well. And it's not until you get your foot in the door and you're going, oh man, there's
what have I done here?
What am I doing? Why do I want to get into an industry that really is run by these big corporations? People don't even realize that these big corporations really kind of umbrella and gobble up these smaller companies.
Right.
These companies sell themselves because these companies really want to monopolize the industry.
Sure.
And so that's a very big and real problem is you don't really know who you're buying these things from. It could be Amazon that's actually creating all these other, proteins, or buying these other companies just so it has multi, levels and looks.
Sure.
So that it can get a large clientele base.
Sure.
But yeah, we're in there. We're the small fish in the big pond with a lot of sharks, and but it's also it's stimulating in a way because I think these days it's just nice to know that you're a small business, which is now it's getting harder than ever to be a small business. Really, you got everything working against you, and I can say that on many levels. I have my personal training studio. It's. And even in LA right now, it's like small businesses are struggling. I've seen businesses that have been here for 20, 30 years. They're going out of business. They're just like, it's just not worth it. The margins, the overhead, it's a tough world out there.
It is. Although I would imagine that the internet is your best friend. You can literally sell and distribute this product anywhere in the world, right? Because of your capability to ship it anywhere, really, right?
Yeah, I think that, there's definitely, with tariffs, everything that's going on, it's constantly changing. And I really defer to I have two other partners. We created this company, Rise311. And my friend and partner, Ian, he's really the business side of things. I'm kind of the face. I had initiated this whole situation with the question and the want for something great. And then Josh did all the formulations. He's an incredible formulator when it comes to this stuff. And we source the absolute best products. We're a small batch company. This stuff doesn't happen. You're really setting yourself up for disaster. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know how we're making it this far, but we do have a great product, and we have some great people like Pedro Pascal and other clients and everybody. The thing is that people love it. It's just getting the word out there. But we're really running up, against obviously a corporate run world, and we've got an uphill battle because even in this industry, people are programmed. I was programmed this way, I started working out in the 80s. I'm 50 years old. I've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
And in the 80s, it was like plant-based is bad, estrogen levels, all this kind of stuff. And animal-based is really the superior product. Yeah. So this has been programmed, and people, they're monopolized, and they have, they've got a stronghold on the government and things like that. And I sound like I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I'm not. I'm just a realist that's telling you that you got a lot of things working against you, and that's education or misinformation in the public side that that what we've created is something inferior, and it's not. And science has really debunked all that. So that works towards helping us, and then we could put that information again, like you said, on the web. We have a very far reach, which is fantastic. But we're a small-based company, so we're sending orders to Germany. We're sending all over Europe. We got people interested in China. It's beautiful. It's really it's really an incredible thing to have a small business, be creative, and give it wings and see if it actually flies.
Sure.
And
what about
so far?
What about brick and mortar retail outlets like Costco or Walmart or anything else? Are you in those stores yet? Is that part of the strategy?
I think we're trying to grow this thing organically by ourselves and really do e-commerce and get that good foundation and base.
Yeah.
And we're getting enough feedback from clients that are really gravitating towards our product. I can't tell you how many. I got doctors that are now using that for recovery because they know that plant-based doesn't cause the inflammation during recovery after surgeries. That's incredible. Yeah. We've got people that I've got a client with a special needs child, and the kid will not eat proteins. So she's worried, and the only thing that's trick the kid to drink some like chocolate milk, which
Yeah.
is Rise311. They love it,
Wow.
and I get stories like that, and
That's
it just
great.
reminds me that we're doing the right thing. It's incredible. I really hope that things grow to a point where the word's spreading. We're changing people's minds. We're educating. That's inspirational, and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that's reinforcing that we're doing something really great.
Sure. As you know, marketing plays a big role in growing any brand today. How have you approached social media and building the visibility for Rise311 in such a competitive space?
I think that obviously social media is a very powerful tool. It can work for you, it can work against you. You can get people that, that are strongly against a certain opinion on something, and really, use AI and all these other new tools that are coming out that are above my pay grade. Honestly, I'm a little lost when it comes to a lot of that. That's why we have Ian and these, taking care of the business side and the marketing. Sure. And he's a genius when it comes to understanding numbers and getting that kind of feedback. But it's really important to utilize the newest tools because you will get left behind. I've had other companies where I refuse to pay influencers to come in and tell people that what I'm doing is actually valid. And I was like, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
And I lost. And my company that other company went belly up because I wasn't able or willing to stay up with the new trends.
Sure. But what about getting somebody like Pedro that just holds up the container that goes, I use this. I mean, done, right?
I mean, again, like Allison Brie and Brie Larson and
Wow.
Pedro Pascal and all these clients. I mean, if the product wasn't actually good, they wouldn't say anything because they're not going to put their name and a stamp of approval on it. It is powerful, and it's a beautiful way to really validate what you have and have these clients. They don't do it just because we're friends and we've known each other for a long time. They're like, no, I want people to know, and they've got a big platform to do that. I don't have a very big platform. People listen to me. I can get on shows like yours and hopefully spread the love and the word.
Yeah, absolutely.
And inspire people to do something that's creative and genuine. To me, that's the most important thing behind starting a business. Is like, I felt like I had the opportunity to bring something. That's why I started training here in LA. I inspired people to, I wanted to create Rise Nation because in the group fitness, industry, that was my ability to try to bring something that I think is genuinely better than anything else out there. And same thing happens in Rise311 protein. I never wanted to be in the supplement industry. It's pretty vast and it's pretty cutthroat, and you need a lot of money and a far reach to actually make anything work these days. So, but we're doing pretty well.
For those new entrepreneurs, especially those, in wellness or service industries, what advice would you give them to about balancing passion, with the realities of running a business?
I think it's multifaceted. If you're doing brick and mortar, it's a completely different, ideology to make it. It's tough. It's really, really tough. And I can't tell you, I've been in LA training people for 20 years now. This is my 20th year in LA.
Oh, wow.
I've been training people for 30 years total. It's changing. So any advice I give someone, I don't know if it's really going to be valid because, I started this a long time ago. I've been through economic crisis. I've been through pandemics. I've been through all of these things that really should have taken us out. And we've been pretty resilient with that. I think I don't know. There's such a belief and a passion. You've got to be really willing to sacrifice and give up a lot of things. Like I don't take vacations very often. There's concerts I want to go to and I just don't because I could get up at 5 o'clock the next day. It's just like there's a reality. Being creative is the fun part. That's the beginning. It's like I can't wait to do this thing, and then the contractors in there breaking down the walls, and all of a sudden you're having your first panic attack of your life. You're going, "What am I doing?" And that's what happened to me. And but thank God I followed through with it. It's more than you're ever going to anticipate.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you just don't think about. I don't have a background in business, so it takes a lot of trial and error and failures and learning from that stuff. And the hard thing for me is trust. You've got people that really teach you the hardest lessons, people that are charlatans that tell you that they're your, it
Right.
happens and it's happening more and more because people want shortcuts.
Yeah.
They don't want to do the long 20 years that I did. They want to, go from point A to point Z and skip all the stuff that you're going to really learn your life lessons from, and just apply it to Z, and then everything crumbles and falls apart.
That's right.
I don't pretend to have all the answers. I love that people have the willingness and the passion to start something new, and I think small businesses is what America was built on. And we're getting further and further away from that. It's becoming harder and harder, and they have to take that stuff into consideration. Kids are just way smarter than I am when it comes to starting businesses and stuff. There's just so many other technologies and things to help them with these things. So I don't think any really true advice other than, for me, it's integrity. Try to do the right thing. I rarely come up for air. I'm always working. I'm constantly pouring myself into, my business.
The life of an entrepreneur, right?
And I don't really do much else other than that. I just work. I keep my head down. I don't listen to the noise. People are going to always criticize you. You're putting yourself out there. Get ready for it because it's coming.
That's right.
I just don't look. I'm just going to be I don't want to know what people's opinions are. I'm going to do my work. Look at my track record. If you got any questions, come to me after you've researched what I've done.
That's right. If we were having this conversation 5 years from now, where is Rise311? What is it? Is it an international? Is it sold by then? What are your goals for the company in the next 5 years?
Complete transparency. I think it would be in today's world with the way things are, the dollar really kind of potentially falling out, and I don't know. I'd love to be able to take a vacation, do something fun. I really, at the age of 50, I think it's about time that I start living, living and appreciating life more and having time to go do the touristy things. Or, I love adopting dogs. I'd love to, create a rescue and do these types of things because I have, so much passion for animals. I think, for 311, I would love to re-educate people on what plant-based is and what the benefits are, what it can do for you. I think for 311, to me, a slow, natural, organic growth is what I'm looking for, because it's only going to reinforce the fact that it's a valid product. It's something that really, is authentic and genuinely good. I just don't see a lot of that anymore. I think it goes, what are the margins? How can we make a lot of money off of this product, get the absolute, cheapest ingredients and market the hell out of it. So all the money's going into the marketing and it works. That's the problem, is that, you see Aloe, you see, Celsius, you see all these companies.
That's right.
And good for them, by the way, great. If that's the path that you want.
Sure.
I always want to stay true to myself and my brand and what I believe in.
That's great. That's fantastic. Jason Walsh, top celebrity trainer, founder of Rise311. Check it out online. I'm showing all of the information here and the product as well. You guys, you owe it to yourselves to try this product out. We highly recommend it. And we appreciate all your time, Jason. Really good. Best of luck to you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll come back someday and I'll know exactly how to get the tech going.
No, we'd love to do a follow-up with you to see how things are moving along.
Please do. No, absolutely. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you. All right. You too.
Thanks for joining us for another edition of The Small Business Show with Jim Fitzpatrick, exclusively on ASBN.com.